Hey, what's going on social media? I'm Steve Ludwig, also known as Mr. Insurance. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about pay-as-you-go auto insurance. Is it worth it? This is a question that continues to keep coming up. It seems like there's more companies that are emerging. A lot of these companies, it's state specific, or it is offered, in specific states and not offered in other states. But ultimately, you're starting to see a lot more companies do this. Now, in my personal opinion, I believe that this is a different or creative way for a company to be able to market to you. Because when we go online, we're looking for cheaper is the biggest one. We're looking for faster or convenience. And then again, we're looking for better efficiency. Well, generally those three things together are not going to equate. In one area, you're going to kind of fall short on something. If you're getting it cheaper, it's not going to be as efficient, and so forth. But in my personal opinion, and after looking at the different views for the companies that offer the pay-as-you-go insurance, the reviews are not that great. And my opinion of it is that it's not worth it. I feel like it's extremely deceptive, and I personally would not be trying to be able to push this ever on to any of my customers, but again, to each their own. Now, there's a couple of different companies, one being Metro Mile, the second one being Allstate MileWise, and the third one being Nationwide Smart Miles. Now, again, every company, they're in different states, they have different programs and so forth, but ultimately it really comes down to the nuts and bolts here. Every company is still going to grade you based on your driving history. They're going to look at what gender you are. They're going to look at where you drive, and they're going to look at how often that you drive, among other things, right? Sometimes they figure in credit score. Just again, it depends on the company, your insurance history, and making sure there's no lapses there. But ultimately, it all again kind of boils down to the exact same things. And then what they do is they establish a base rate. And then from that, then they also have the mileage rate, which is anything above the allotted or the base rate mileage that's allowed there. And then, so if if you're not driving that often, or if you have a car that's parked, yeah, this might be to your advantage, but again, there would be surprises every month. You're playing roulette. You don't know exactly like what kind of bill you're going to get. It's kind of like an electric bill or something. You don't know from one month to the other. Is it going to be sky high? Is it going to be, but you kind of have an idea that like, hey, I used a lot of electric this month or whatever. But again, there's no budget billing for this thing. So, when it comes down to it, you're going to be paying that, and then they have the opportunity to surcharge you, hit you with surprises. So that's again where you're seeing there's not a lot of good reviews for this kind of stuff. There's other ways to go around that. There's a lot of companies out here that they have things like Travelers. They have IntelliDrive, right? So that is, they hook up the an app or an onboarding device that goes onto the car, and then you're driving around for 90 days with that, and then you have where you have to be willing to be able to give up information such as start time, stop time, average speed, average mileage traveled, those kind of things. But as long as you're willing to be able to give that information up, which is, by the way, going to come standard with the pay-as-you-go programs, then you're actually, in my opinion, I feel like you're setting yourself up for a better scenario, a better outcome, because you're not going to see those surprises. And then you'll find that in many circumstances that you actually get a better deal anyway if you're willing to participate in that. And they give the mileage discount, or they give the participation discount up front. So, it's of help to you with those things. They can really analyze that within the first 90 days is most of the time all that you have to end up carrying that. But outside of that, I would say the pay-as-you-go, I believe that it is more of a marketing pitch to you. It's something that is going to throw a lot of surprises and unknowns at you. So I don't feel like it's worth it. If you want my opinion, I'm going to stick with the regular auto insurance. If I need to try and save some money, use a broker like myself or somebody else out there that can be able to shop around, find you the best deal. And if the pay-as-you-go is your best deal, then we'll recommend it. But if it's not, we're not going to push that on you. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please leave the comments down below. I'll try and be able to answer back as soon as possible.